Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. Wait a minute, there's a phone call. Yep, is that Ibrox? Yeah, we want 7,500 tickets. Who's this? This is the fear calling. If they don't give us 7,500 tickets, as per the rules of the Scottish Cup, they are shite bags. In 2018, a group of Rangers fans went to Dave King and said enough is enough. We have had enough of Celtic fans singing their hearts out, beating us at Ibrox. Reduce the allocation. They shat it then. Ever since, they've tried to keep Celtic fans out of Ibrox. Well, finally, years later, bring a tear to my eye, 7,500 Celtic fans should get the whole of the Broom Loan stand. And if you try and do any shenanigans to reduce the allocation, yous have shut it. Simple as that. Simple as that. We know it. Anyway, absolutely fantastic news last night. At least it wasn't Motherwell, because let's face it, Motherwell are the team in form right now. Motherwell are the team in form. When you look at the games that Celtic now have in this month and next month, now that we have got through to the next round of the Scottish Cup, Celtic's next few games is obviously Wednesday night, Livingston at Celtic Park, and before that game, Michael Nicholson, Chris Mackay, Brian Wilson meet with the Green Brigade, end the ban, get the fans back in numbers, make a statement to Scottish football that we will never be mastered. We're not here to take part. We're here to maintain our dominance of Scottish football. Celtic Park needs to be full again on a Wednesday evening for the Livingston game. I know it's just Livingston game. There's a lot of important games coming up. There will be buses that cannot get to the Kilmarnock game due to the fact that Rangers play the same day and we can't share ferries in 2026 with that lot. So they get the ferries that day because they are at home, we're away. So there isn't a big bus allocation coming over from Ireland, which is disappointing for those fans. That's Kilmarnock away. That'll take care of itself. Then it's Stuttgart on Thursday, the 19th of February at Celtic Park. I want every single fan in that stadium. Fob, who wants to go to a rat-infested stadium? We will take 7,500 fans. You better believe it. You better believe it. And then we have Hibernian at Celtic Park. Hibernian are in a little bit of good form just now. So that's another important game as we maintain, even though that we're behind because of Aberdeen managing to get a game called off. And then it's Stuttgart finishes off the month. And then we go into March. Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill, who in his era, it was over by Easter. It's not going to be over by Easter this year. But there's one thing that's for sure. Martin O'Neill can kill off the Rangers season in one fell swoop. 2 weekends in a row. We go to Ibrox. The first time there will be 750, there'll be 2,500. Sorry, they've increased the allocation slightly. There'll be 2,500 Celtic fans in that corner. The week later, there will be 7,500. They do not like it when we bring a big fan base because they know that we will never be mastered. Anyway, we also have Aberdeen away. And then we have Motherwell at Celtic Park on the 14th and Dundee United on the 22nd. What an absolutely cracking month of football we have next month and this month. Just when you think that you're maybe going to get a little easy road to the end of the season, Good morning from a wet Aberfeldy, says Dave. Well, good morning from a sun-soaked Iberian coastline this morning. It's absolutely beautiful to see that big thing in the sky back. Going to jump into some more Celtic news. Obviously, the big news last night, the big news today will be all about allocations at Ibrox. But there's an interesting one, domestic penalties. They say that we get a lot of decisions. This is going to ramp up. This is going to be the biggest warm up to Glasgow derbies that there's ever been, I think. I know there's a lot of football to be played between now and the end of the month when we do play them. But domestic penalties received this season 25-26. Rangers are on 10 penalties. 10 penalties. Hibs are on 7 penalties. Hearts are on 6 penalties. Motherwell are on 6 penalties. Livingston are on 6 penalties. 5 penalties, Livingston. Celtic are on 4 penalties. Morning from the Outer Hebrides, Isle of Harris. What a fantastic part of the world. What an absolutely fantastic part of the world that is. The Outer Hebrides. Beautiful. Two beautiful parts of Scotland just come into my life this morning. Aberfeldy and the Outer Hebrides. Aberfeldy's beautiful. I love Aberfeldy. It's a cracking part of the world. Used to love going up there with the motorhome and camping and stuff. But anyway, Rangers 10 penalties, Hibs 7 penalties, Hearts 6 penalties, Motherwell 6 penalties, Livingston's 5 penalties, Celtic 4 penalties all season. Dundee United 3 penalties, Dundee 3 penalties, St Mirren 2 penalties, Aberdeen 2 penalties, Falkirk 2 penalties, and Kilmarnock 1 penalty all season. Yet, they fear us the most. They do fear us the most. The hierarchy of the Lanarkshire Referees Association. Yes, we know it exists. We know that the Lanarkshire Referees Association is a thing. They fear Celtic. Rangers fans will wake up this morning smelling the fear, and they'll say, oh, we need to disinfect it. You'll shite it and try anything. And it'll be interesting to see what they do try and do, because ultimately 7,500 Celtic fans, or it gets played at a neutral stadium. And it's 50-50. Simple. Take nothing less, Celtic. If it is not 7,500 tickets, the game must be played at a neutral venue, and it's 50-50. Go to Hampden and play it at Hampden with 50-50 fans. Because we know that they will try anything and everything. And the good thing about it is, the time March comes, Martin O'Neill's already said that some of the players that we've that are out injured at the moment will be coming back, and it's fantastic because let's face it, the squad's in a good place just now. With the 5 players that came in through the transfer window, have put Celtic in a much better place. It was encouraging to see. It was fantastic goal late into, well, just in the early minutes of extra time, where although Big Tam the Czech didn't score at the game at the weekend, he was in a battle. He was denied a blatant penalty or two. Once again, the powers that be of the Lanarkshire Referee Association deciding no penalty given. And then what was a certain Mr. Ross doing when he decided to step in front of the flag as a Celtic fan, as a Celtic player was about to take a corner kick. Yes, Luke McCowan put the ball down, and the referee's assistant decided to step over the flag and delay him. And Luke McCowan went, "The fuck are you doing? Seriously, what the?" There was no need for him to do it. It's a delaying tactic. He would say that he was checking the ball was in the right position, using the rule book to try and justify. But anyway, we know that they'll be watching. 10 penalties for the Huns. I bet they've gotten away with more than that. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I think it's absolutely fine. Hi, hail Baz. Now refs called for a meeting to sort out these two Celtic games. VAR will be sorted. Refs linesman must be given a self-code. So much for Chris Boyd saying about Celtic Parkhead penalties. Yes, yes, and that is the fact. We need to start turning these stats in their head and showing them the true beneficiaries to refereeing decisions in Scottish football once again. Even though that they'll say everything goes Celtic's way. But anyway, we move on from that this morning. Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney is going to be out the next couple of games. Maybe longer, depending on if there is any damage to that kick in the face that he got. But I'm not too sure if there was any damage. We'll wait and see on Celtic getting back to them. Now, to an important part. There was a boycott at Celtic Park at the weekend. There was a strong message sent to the Celtic hierarchy. Some say that there maybe only have been 10,000 really boycotted the game due to the fact of the kick-off time and the fact that there was only 24,120 fans at the game. A lot of those fans decided to go in against the wishes of the Celtic Fans Collective. Some buses decided to go in against the Celtic Fans Collective, and so be it. But there was a big message sent to the hierarchy at Celtic, and hopefully, Celtic stand by their words and have meetings as soon as possible. Everything else must be put on hold. Their esteemed stand-in chairman, Brian Wilson, can find time to go into television studio in Glasgow and talk about things that are not Celtic. He needs to stick to the day job. Brian Wilson, you may have been politically motivated for years. Baz, that's 10,000 that we're entitled to. You're not going to get 10,000, mate. You'll get the whole Broomland, which is 7,500. Yang was sent off for a challenge against Dundee player, committed nothing done. Yeah, I know. There was nothing done. I'm not going to moan. Do you know, we can... What we can do as a fan base is we can continue to let it roll over and annoy the hell out of us. Or we can come together. We can come together as a fan base and we can go on and absolutely destroy everybody in Scottish football on and off the pitch. Vocally off the pitch. Mentally off the pitch. And the team can roller coast to an absolutely phenomenal end to the season. The biggest challenge that we have over the next couple of weeks will be Stuttgart. That's the only one that I fear. Stuttgart at home, I think that we can win that. And it's the away game. But if we can get a draw away from home, win at home, win away, get a draw away from home, and then we go through to the next round. Absolutely fantastic. That's the bare minimum. We need to go on and win every single game in the Scottish League and the Scottish Cup over the next 2 months. Tell you one thing, there's some fantastic football ahead. Not only for fans that go to games, but for armchair fans all around the world. And I'm looking forward to it immensely. Now, with that being said, the channel... let me just do this. Because I need a little help from my friends. I do need a little bit of help from my friends on this one. Let me just do this. So if you watch the channel on a daily basis, and there's a massive amount of people still do not subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 26,000. We're on 25,536. Let's get to 26,000 before the end of the month. Just a show of unity. and a show of let's get right behind everyone from around the world that supports Celtic and that's on this channel. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and get me to 26,000 before the end of this month. That's all I ask. If you could do that, it would be absolutely amazing if you could subscribe to this channel and get me to 26,000 before the end of February. Anyway, that's a little bit of self-indulging promotion. Let's get back to this and jump into some of the I'm 72. The cheating's been going on before I was born. It'll never stop. We just have to play better. That's how it is, says Chris, coming in from Australia. Good morning to you, mate, or good evening, or whatever. What time is it with you? Is it evening? Is it evening? It is evening, isn't it? Yeah, you're 12 hours in front. Let's jump into more of the comments this morning. If it was two finals, nah. Huns will shit themselves with the full stand of us there. Yes, exactly. Stuttgart away, Ibrox away, Pataudry away, and then Ibrox away. Yep, it's it's going to be a lot of money for the fans that do go to games because well, the Scottish Cup should be slightly cheaper, but that lot will still try and charge around about 50 odd quid for the ticket. Don't know how much the Stuttgart one's away, but when you look at it, from the 19th of February, we have them at Celtic Park, and then we then get to the end of the month. We have Hibs at Celtic Park, 2 games in a row that we really need the fan base to get right behind us, and then it starts the away journey. And if we can come back from Stuttgart with a draw on the Thursday and then on the Sunday, it's now saying 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon, early kickoff. That'll be 12 o'clock Celtic Park time. Sorry, this. Oh no, that'll be Celtic time, won't it? And then 1 o'clock on the Sunday, away to Ibrox. Wednesday evening, rearranged fixture in the SPFL to get us back on the same amount of games as everyone else. Remember, we're 1 game behind. The league might look all fancy and, you know, as if they think that they're going to do things, but we have the game in hand. Some people will say, I would rather the points on the board. By the time that we get to the Aberdeen game, the team will be clicking. The team will be firing on all cylinders. We must go for goals galore and put out the Northern Lights in one fell swoop. And then we head to Ibrox again, making sure on that Wednesday evening that we score as many goals to put the fear, the phone call of fear into Ibrox, known to the fact that the 7,500 Celtic fans will be coming to get them. It's absolutely crazy, the games that are that close together, but so be it. It is what it is. And then we entertain Motherwell at Celtic Park Valentine's weekend. Oh, we all remember Valentine's weekend back in 2012, don't we? That was a cracking one. Anyway, let's jump into some more comments this morning. 67 years old, memory playing tricks, says Stephen. There'll be no boycotts for the Sevco game. I think that the boycotters need to stop. Celtic need to do the right thing. Celtic need to get the Green Brigade back in. Everything else, I don't care. I just want the fans to be there in numbers for all these games. I want the fans to completely back the team. We need to get back singing and we need to get pushing the team forward because it showed at the weekend. Stephen Presley even says of it. You know, Celtic Park is no longer a fortress. You know, it's no longer a fortress, and we know this. We have got days to sort this out. Not weeks, not months, days. Celtic need to sort this out. Celtic need to get every single fan back inside the stadium. Now, I know that there will be no resignations. I know this. Because who's going to resign from Celtic at the boardroom level at a time like this? No one. So then it then comes to the collective. Say they make an agreement with the Green Brigade and allow the Green Brigade to come back in. They let the fans media back in. You know, fans media wasn't a thing until 2020 in the COVID season. But say they let the fans media back in. And is that enough to stop? Is that enough to put a hold on things? Is the war won't be over. People will still want Nicholson and Co to leave the club, as they should do. But will that be enough for another cessation of any further boycotts? Because we need to get behind the team. We need to back the team. The team needs us more than anything. The team scraped it over the line. Let's be honest here. Let's have a little honesty. Do you know? Let's have a pretend you're in confession, and you know, Father McNeil's the other. Father O'Neill is the other side of the little wooden box. Just go in, lay your cards on the line, and get it done and dusted. Anyway, we were ranked rotten for the first half of the game at the weekend. We couldn't do anything. Rio Hatate, I'm sorry, but Rio Hatate goes anywhere near. Thank goodness we've brought in Oxlade-Chamberlain, because that's going to be a massive, massive couple of games for him. He has to take place in that midfield. Has to. And I hope he's still got some of the attributes that made him worth £40 million at one time. Hopefully still has some of those attributes that will get us over the line. But we need everyone to be firing on all cylinders. We need the fan base to be together, to make as much noise in the stadium. The players do not like the fact that there's no noise. The players can feel the anxiety from the stands. And that's not what we need right now. We've got a chance as a club to have a historic end to a turbulent season. And yes, getting everyone back in and just going to games and backing the team vocally may not be enough for some people. I understand that. But come on, we are Celtic. If we are a family, you can have an argument with your brothers. You can have a fight with your brothers. But the very next day, you dust yourself down and your brothers, you get on with it. There's no not talking to each other. You just get on with it. It's as simple as that. And Celtic need to do the same. Celtic just need to get everyone in and back the team so we can win every single one of these games. I don't want any slip-ups. Any slip-ups within the next 2 months. If you want to talk about legacy, boom. People will say, it's not the fans' fault the team were put out the Scottish Cup, it was the board. You can blame the board all you want, but Martin O'Neill, Sean Maloney, Fozzie, and the team need us right now. Put your big pants on and just get back into games and call the end to the boycotts whilst you're at it, Celtic Fans Collective. Because I know that there are a lot of people now will just go, fuck that shit. I'm going in. Anyway, we move on. Start with Livy on Wednesday. Yep, it needs to start with Livy on Wednesday. Good morning to everyone that is in the chat. Stephen Johnson, Michelle, Jim F, Paul, just everyone that's in the chat. Let me get some of these comments up this morning. Everybody out to stop Celtic winning, beating Dallas, Robertson, the Green Brigade, the Collective. I think it's maybe a bit unfair saying that the Collective are determined to stop Celtic winning. I think the whole idea of the Collective is to try and get change at boardroom level, but I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. And it's where my honest question is, it's where does it go from here? It's okay patting yourself on the back, Celtic Fans Collective, and saying, well done, massive boycott, we did it. You got your moral victory. That's all it is. It's a moral victory. The team struggled. And for the people that back the Collective, and listen, I'm completely back the ethos of the Collective, but people saying, it's not the Collective's fault that Celtic are shite, it's the board's. Until extra time, There was no atmosphere at Celtic. No atmosphere whatsoever. You've proved your point. Get round the table. And this is a shout out to the board as well. Get it done this week. Brian Wilson, put a hold to any other business you have. Get the meetings done this week and get the fans back inside and back on board with everything that will go. Anyway, don't forget Dixon and Douglas. Yeah, there's that many of them. Baz, what is the goal difference? We need to score goals plenty. There's no, I mean, is there any point really looking at the table? The goal difference, we are 8 behind. 7 behind Hearts and 4 behind the Rangers. But we've got a game in hand. You have to remember that both teams do have a game in hand over us. So I'm not going to worry about the league table and the way it's sitting, because it's still within our hands. Do you know, we beat Rangers at Ibrox. We then beat them again after the split at Celtic Park. We still have to play them, remember, at Celtic Park after the split. We beat them twice. We beat Hearts at Celtic. Is it Hearts away? Hearts away after the split, or is it Hearts at Celtic Park after the split? Can't remember. No, it'll be Hearts at home after the split, and then that gets us top of the league. And it's all about how many goals we could score. Don't know. We do need to score goals, but finally, I mean, Johnny Kenny was given the unfavourable task of trying to get as many goals as he could for Celtic at a time where he wasn't ready to be first choice striker. We now have Big Tam the Czech that can put himself about. He's going to get some amount of... Every defender in the SPFL is going to make sure that they're going in hard against Tam the Czech. And Big Tam is big enough and strong enough to put up with it. But does Martin O'Neill change the system? Does he change the system to play 2 strikers up front? That is the big question. Will Martin O'Neill change the system to play 2 up front, or will Martin O'Neill just stick with the tried and trusted and tested and make sure that we go on and win as many games as we can? Because if it does come down to goal difference, Celtic have got their work cut out. Good morning from Hungary. Ah, cracking little place. Hungary. The boycott didn't do anything but negatively affected the team. Will Ox be on the bench for Wednesday? I say yes. I think that for the home game at Celtic Park, I think that Ox will get a starting position. He'll be in training this morning at Celtic Park. He was in training already. So we just need to wait and see. Hopefully we don't get any injuries in Germany, and there's a chance that there could be a massive ticket opportunity for Celtic fans to go to Germany. They're saying there could be as much as 5,000 Celtic fans get tickets for the away game in Germany, as the Germans want a big allocation at Celtic Park. Get the fans in to support the team, not wave flags about Palestine, nothing to do with CGC. Get the fans back in. Who gets the tickets for Ibrox? Hopefully Boycott boys have some decency and don't apply. Of course they'll all apply for tickets at Ibrox. I've got a week for confession. Stephen Johnson's in the house. He tells everyone to hit the thumbs up button. Everyone, thank you for that, Stephen, this morning. Too many Our Fathers and Hail Marys. Some of you have to have a really good word with yourself. I mean, the excuses that I'm seeing for you is not going to confession. It's been far too long since you lot have been to confession. I can tell. The boycott did do something. It hit the pockets of the board. Not really, because a lot of the people that boycotted had bought tickets. It had to come through the home ticket cup scheme, and you know it would have hit Dundee as well, because in the cup games you only get 50% of the money for the cup games. Well said, bad. This boycott bullshit is no use. Until we can get another Celtic-minded people with money into Parkhead, we cannot do anything about the boards till the end of the season at least. It is not about getting Celtic-minded people with money onto the boards. You will never make changes, systematic changes that are needed or wanted by Celtic fans, until Dermot Desmond has less shares than someone else. But then all that does is puts us in the hand of some other tyrant. Celtic was never meant to be in the control of one person. Fergus McCann sold the shares in such a way that they would never be in control. There would not be one person who would have overall control of the club. The fact that we allow someone with only 34% shares to have such a say, I don't know, unbelievable. Hatate needs a new haircut, hopefully a Brazilian. Hopefully it is a way to... why are we still giving Hatate a game? He doesn't deserve it. His attitude stinks unless it's a European game. I think that Hatate shouldn't play again to the end of the season. Hatate needs to do what he gets paid for. He needs money taken off him then. I'm not posting that one, Michelle. Yeah. Why do you even speak to him? There's always one that has to be disowned in the family. There's always one little black sheep. Oh, ask your dad if he really is, or is he adopted? Ox will be on the bench on Wednesday, says Steve. The Ox will get at least 30 minutes against Livy and Kelly. Won't be happy until the boards are ground into mince, says Robert. It's a bit harsh, but don't know. Can't believe Ox isn't in the Euro squad. I think that the squad is good enough. But you're right. I thought that he would have, Martin O'Neill maybe would, but then again, Martin O'Neill has had to make decisions to make sure that we get the firepower. And midfield's not really been the problem or the issue. Firepower from strikers has been the issue. So, as fans, why would we hand the opposition and help? We need to pack stadiums after the rafters. Setting ourselves up to be royally shafted. Give up your hopes and dreams for a chance of poor players. Get better. That's... The collective have got this wrong with the boycott. We were nearly out the cup. This is true. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Listen, mate, you don't need to tell me that. I come from a massive family. And it's been many times over the years that you call on your family just to back you up. Disturbance in the force is enough to deal with. Do not self-destruct. I think if we win at Ibrox twice, it should kick us on to win the League Cup double. And one of the worst seasons ever for Celtic, and managed to get rid of two managers during it too. We have done it before. We have done it before. We have went to Ibrox twice in the space of a week and won there twice before. And they know this. So fair play on Andy Robertson for telling Alex to come to the hoops. I don't think it took much persuasion. Spot on, we must stop boycotting as it will hamper our massive season we have in front of us. Also be just drawn into the quarter final. Let's sort it out now. I think so. I think it's time to back the team and sack the board. If you want to talk about old slogans from the 1990s. An old slogan from the 1990s. talking about old slogans from the 1990s. Tonight, thank you as well. Thank you to the people who have decided to subscribe this morning. I did put out a pretty obvious, just go and subscribe to the channel. We're on 25,538. The journey to 26,000 is gathering pace, gathering fantastic pace. Now, I'm going to play this, and we need to reword this for Celtic fans going forward, since we seem awfully caught up in slogans from a bygone era. Back in the day, we seem hung up on slogans, and I'm going to let you just listen to this one.
I had wondered.
Once, but I'm his girlfriend, but it's business.
If there's no physical aspect to your
Oh, really? Somebody's just blatantly.
What's choose life?
What?
Choose life.
Choose life.
Says it sometimes. He says,
See that one day in the future, piece by piece, they will all be gone, and there'll be nothing left of you to call alive or dead. Choose your future, Veronica. Choose life.
Choose life. Come on, Celtic. Get the fans back in. Choose back in the team. Choose back in the team. Anyway. Fucking roasting after that. That's a bit of Motivation Monday talk. To the Celtic board and the fans collective. Choose back in the team. Fuck the board. Anyway. I think that's us done and dusted for this morning. Because you can't really beat that, can you? What a friggin' ending. Anyway. Now, get to confession, get all your issues out the road, get back in, support the team, fuck the board. On that note, have a fantastic morning, Celtic fans all around the world.